Thank you for purchasing your Pratico automatic brake system. Your order arrives in 2 separate boxes. The 12 by 12 by 7-inch box contains the brake system itself, along with the axle mounting plates and a user manual with installation procedures. The 24 by 24-inch box contains the locking discs. In this video, we'll show you step by step how to install these discs onto your wheels. First, locate the label in the top left corner of the disc box. This label describes the contents of the box. The wheel diameter written on the box must match the overall wheel diameter of your wheelchair. The disc box contains, of course, 2 locking discs and any hardware you might need for installation. Inside, you will find M5 by 55 mm screws, M5 by 60 mm screws, and spacers ranging from 1/4 inch to 3/4 inch in 1/8 inch increments. Notice the disc's curved shape. When laid flat, the center is raised. This brings the lock engagement area closer to the wheelchair frame while maintaining clearance with the wheel structure. The outer ring can then sit almost flush with the tire. Installing the disc this close to the tire eliminates or reduces any contact risk between the armrests and the mounting screw heads. The disc has 2 main parts: the center section, which stops wheel rotation, and the outer section, used for mounting the disc to the wheel using the handrem attachment points. On the outer section, locate reference hole number 1, easily identified by the 2 arrows pointing to it on each side. All other holes are positioned relative to hole number 1, allowing the disc to fit any handrem hole pattern. Now that we've covered the components, let's get down to business and install the discs. At this stage, we recommend using a cordless drill for fast assembly, a medium Phillips bit for the handrem screws, an 8 mm socket with a drill adapter, and a 1/4 spinner handle to fit the 8 mm socket for final hand tightening. Selecting the right spacer length. Wheel designs vary: spoked wheels, mags wheels, X-core wheels, so the selected spacers must match your specific wheel type. For spoked wheels, use 1/2 inch long spacers with solid tires, or 5/8 inch long with pneumatic tires. X-core wheels require no spacers. Mag wheels, appropriate spacers depend on their specific design. The golden rule: stay as close to the tire as possible without touching it, and leaving enough center clearance for locking. Verify screws length. It is important to check the length of the screws used to mount the discs. To do this, remove one of the screws currently securing the handrem. We will use it for comparison. We now have the 5/8 inch spacer to be used, the current screw, and the new 55 mm screw. To check if the new screw is suitable, slide the spacer onto it and compare it to the original screw. If the remaining thread matches within +1/8, it's good to go. Most builds use 55 or 60 mm screws in rare cases, such as a custom close fit. Shorter M5 screws may be required or cut to length and can be obtained from a local fastener supplier. Installing the locking discs. Here's a quick tip for spoked wheels. Removing the screws can cause the assembly to collapse. First tip: keep pressure on the center of the wheel while unscrewing. Second tip: secure the handrem to the tire using 3 or 4 zip ties before removing the screws. This keeps everything stable and saves time. Alternatively, you can swap screws one by one with the wheel kept vertical. Choose the method that works best for you. Ready? Let's remove the original screws. Using the cordless drill, remove the original screws holding the handrem in place. Position the spacers at each mounting point. Position the locking disc directly over the spacers. Gently place the disc onto the spacers, aligning the reference hole with the first spacer. Insert the first screw into the reference hole and through the spacer underneath. Turn the screw just enough to engage a few threads. Align the disc with the hole directly opposite and insert a second screw, again engaging just a few threads. Repeat the process for the 4 remaining holes. Securing the discs. To tighten the disc, use an 8 mm socket with a drill adapter to keep the play balanced. Tighten using a specific pattern. For a 6-hole disc, tighten hole 1, then 3, 5, 2, 4, and finally, 6. On the first pass, just snug the screws up to the surface without forcing them. Do a second sequence to tighten them firmly. Final tightening. Finally, do a third pass using a manual screwdriver handle with the 8mm socket. This gives you the right feel to confirm every screw is properly torqued. With both discs perfectly mounted on the wheels, your setup should look just like this. Next up, we'll move on to installing the mounting brackets onto the wheelchair axle.